that the game is in your head. That's a dunk for Ben Simmons right there.
Tatum fires away, pumps it in. 51 for Jason Tatum.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first ever edition of the Council podcast, inspired by Sixers legend Ricky Council IV, and brought to you by myself, Josh Taggart, and my co-host Ryan Murphy. Ryan, how you feeling today?
Good. Excited to get into this. Excited for the draft coming up. Should be fun.
I mean, I just can't believe we're, what is it now, 4 days away? Are we 5?
5, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, it goes
crazy.
quick.
I know.
Goes quick. The finals help it go quick.
We're not entirely sure what this channel is going to become, but Murph and I have been wanting to start up a basketball podcast for a while now and just chop it up about hoops. Two of us are both huge 76ers fans and just NBA fans in general. So we'll see if this aims more towards the 76ers side of things or just talking NBA in general. But on top of that, we've just been huge, super involved in the draft process over the past few years. So wanted to come on here, have some fun running through a little predictive mock draft and give you guys what we think is going to happen on Tuesday night. So, I mean, whether you're a diehard Sixers fan or just an NBA fan in general and you're watching this for some reason, it would be super appreciated if you would subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Also, feel free to give us any feedback in the comments, good or bad. We're always looking for some constructive criticism, help us get better and bring you guys some more good content. So the way this is going to work, we're going to discuss together on each pick. And if we don't come to an agreement, I'll have final say on odd picks. Yeah. And Murph, you can have final say on even picks. But, I mean, hopefully we can kind of come to an agreement on most of them here.
Yeah.
You got anything else before we get into it?
No, I don't think so. It should be interesting. Got a lot of good discussions. I know we agree on a lot of guys. I know we disagree on some guys and their fits. So
I think it'll mostly start at pick 5 for us, but
Yep.
yeah, let's get into it.
Yep.
All right, so so I have final say on pick 1 since I'm odds, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I know the odds-on favorite has been Debanza for the Wizards. I honestly feel like, do you remember, what was it, 2023, 2022 draft? It was the Paolo, Chet, Jabari Smith draft.
Yeah, it was 2022, I believe.
Yeah. And, I mean, I feel like that draft resembles this one a lot in that people kind of think they have the top 3 nailed down of the order it's going to be, whether it's Debanza, then Boozer, then Peterson, or Debanza, then Peterson, then Boozer. But honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if there was some Shams bomb on draft night where all of a sudden Boozer's number 1 pick, Peterson's number 1 pick. So I really think it could go any way here. And I would probably lean Debanza because I think he's been the most blue chip guy of the 3 ever since his senior year of high school. The scoring upside is just insane with him, and the combination of his scoring and size is just unreal. But yeah, like I said, you really can't go wrong. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's Debanza. Obviously, this is predictive. I think it will be AJ. He's the best fit, in my opinion. Obviously, I know you're not supposed to really draft for fit at the top of the draft and with all these good prospects, but we'll see what Trae Young does. I think he'll resign. There was that whole thing last night about him opting out. I think he'll resign. And then obviously they just got AD last year. They have SAR. So I think they do need some wing forward creation there. His 3-point shot, still kind of a work in progress.
I'm not worried about that at all.
I'm not either.
I'm not going to lie. I think he's going to be a sniper from anywhere on the court. And him and Trey Johnson next to each other. I mean, you know how big I was on Trey Johnson. I kind of wanted the Sixers to grab him last year.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, as a rookie on the Wizards, you're not going to get much public praise just because the team is not covered when they're that terrible. But yeah, I think Trey Johnson's going to be special in the future. Him and Debanza next to each other on the wing.
Yeah.
Whoever they find at point guard long term. So yeah, let's lock it in. Let's go Debanza here at 1.
There you go. Yeah, I think he'll be a solid defender in the league too. I think he has
Oh,
the
100%.
athleticism as
He
well.
definitely has to get a little stronger, I will say. Like he's a little bit lanky still, but like
Yeah,
the dude's 19 years old. He's gonna
right.
Yeah, you can kind of just tell he has that killer mentality too.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
and I would not argue with anyone if they wanted to go Boozer or Peterson here at
Yep.
one,
Yep.
but I just think Peterson with the whole off the court stuff and the injury stuff just rubbed me the wrong way a little bit to the point where why would you not lock in the safest option in Debanter or Boozer? So
Right.
that kind of hints into who you think I'm going to take it to here, but
Yes. I leading up to this, I was very Darren Peterson for the Jazz, but now that I've started thinking more about the long-term roster building, who I think is people can build their team around better with, I am gonna go Boozer if this was me at two. Um,
yeah, I think I agree, but I will say throwing Boozer into a front court. I mean, everyone's been talking about them already having Jaren Jackson, Larry Markkinen, uh, who am I forgetting? Big guy, Walker Kessler.
Paul Kessler, yep.
Um, but like, I don't know. I don't think that really matters that much.
No.
Like, all three of those guys could be shipped off in 3 months, and it wouldn't shock me.
Right.
So you're
Right.
really just building around whoever you take here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would just go Boozer. I think he's a basketball wizard. His defense is going to be. I think it's going to be great. Obviously, right now it's not like unbelievable, but then when you add the offense on top of that, he's just
Right.
unbelievable. One of the greatest college seasons ever. So
Yeah. Stats all back his play up.
yeah,
Off the feel, probably the best passer in the draft,
and
honestly.
I feel like one of the big concerns that people have had with him is he's not going to be able to like bully his way in the league.
Yeah.
I just don't agree. Like I think he's gonna still I think he's just still gonna bully people. That
Yeah.
man is massive. So
Right. Yeah, I think it's a lot of his technique, his footwork, his control around the rim.
yeah.
It's all, and his jump
Also,
shot was good. It was like 40% from three, I believe he shot this year.
yeah,
So
yeah. Danny Ainge too, uh
yeah.
tends to say like, fuck you, I'm going against the grain, like I'm doing what I want.
Yeah.
Which I could see him going Peterson there because the whole thing how Peterson didn't want to work out for the Jazz or whatever. He only worked out for the Wizards, right? I think.
I think something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's how they took Ace last year. He like
Yep.
he didn't want to go to Utah and they were like, we're
Yeah.
taking you anyway. So I could see Peterson in that regard, but yeah, let's go Boozer
Yep.
here too.
Yep. All right. Locked in Boozer there. Now three. I think
We
we'll
can
probably both agree on this.
run through this pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the top four is gonna be similar every
Yeah.
time. So yeah, let's go Peterson. I
Yep.
love the fit there long term with him and Coward, Edie at center if he could stay
Mhm.
healthy. And then pick 16 later in the draft
Yep.
that they have. That could be another special building block because this class is actually unreal. I was thinking about this. Who do you think would be like the worst player in this draft that would have went number one in the 24 draft?
You mean last year or the year before?
No, the year where Risa Shea went
Oh,
first.
oh
Because
God.
there was chatter of like Klingon going one, Sard.
Yeah.
Some people had Reed Shepard going one.
Yeah, I think oof, probably
So you can go way down there and probably still get a guy that could make the case to be the first pick in that
yeah,
draft.
probably to like the end of the guard tier, beginning of the next tier, I would say.
Yeah, I think
Like the
if
Burry
we're
Green.
looking at that 4 through 13 that's on the screen right now with Caleb down to Phylon, I think after Ament is where it ends.
Yeah.
But I think Ament would have had a strong case to go number one in
Yes.
2024.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it just shows how insane this class is and
Yeah.
how these college guys are coming in so much more pro ready now.
Oh.
It's actually wild.
Yep.
And the NBA style ball is just transferring down into college and into the youth now. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
these
I
guys
mean,
are just getting better every class.
yeah. Just to kind of touch on Peterson one last time. I think off court stuff aside, he is right up there with AJ and Boozer and
100%. Yeah,
talent
I mean, I don't
on the
think anyone would
court.
argue that.
No, no. I mean, defensively, probably the best of the three. Just in pure two-way upside. Can shoot the ball. His off-ball gravity is crazy. Needs to get a little better passing. His assist numbers weren't great. But I think he'll be fine. I mean, he obviously deserves to be the third pick. So, uh,
I know he's not quite Kawhi size, but I love the Kawhi comp for him. The sort of
yeah,
like loner mentality, absolute killer in the mid range, lockdown defender.
yeah,
Yeah, I see that type of career path for him. I love all three of these guys at the top. Honestly, ranking them and picking who's going to go first, second, and third is kind of just throwing darts, but
right.
here we are.
We don't
So,
know enough. But
yeah,
I think we both agree Caleb Wilson will go fourth.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Just to touch on that real quick, I guess. Um, I mean, I think Wilson is the definition of what the Bulls are looking for long term.
yes,
Um, Obviously, the size, length, athleticism, physicality motto
yep,
that their new regime has brought in. Him and Buzelis is going to be awesome on the wing or down low, whatever. Um, but yeah, outside of those two, I don't think they have many long-term building blocks as of now, and I think they've got another interesting pick coming up at 15. So.
yeah. Honestly, perfect fit. I feel like good landing spot for him. Shot definitely needs development. That wasn't good this year. Off-ball defense, attentiveness, and rotations could crispen up a little bit, but for Chicago, you have to pick him. You have
He's
to.
just an athletic monster,
Yes,
athletic
definitely.
demon.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to 5 and get this thing going.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This is going to be the first spot we disagree. So I have an interesting proposal here.
Oh gosh.
I'm picking up the phone as the Sacramento Kings
Okay.
and asking to trade up to 5
Okay.
to snag my guy Darius Acuff. As you
Okay.
know, the Kings are obsessed with Darius Acuff.
Yep.
And I think the Clippers might be enticed to take that offer because they don't think the Nets are taking Wagler, sorry.
Right.
So this is a swap I've been kind of thinking about for like a week or two now,
Yeah.
and I think it's really realistic because the 5 spot is a hard spot to pick for the Clippers with them not really wanting. Like, I mean, I don't know for sure, but on paper they might not want Acuff because they have Garland, and if they
Right.
view Garland as a long term piece, like him and Acuff together is not going to work. That's
Yeah.
pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Um, so
I'm
I
cool
could
with
see them
that.
wanting to move down, pick up what, like a first round pick in the future, something like
Probably. Yep.
that,
Yep.
and still get their guy Wagler at 7,
Yeah.
which we'll get there. But what do you
Yes.
think of that?
Well, I
Or
agree
do you
because
think they would just stay put?
I think Brooklyn's a real candidate to take Acuff too. So
I agree.
and have him as their lead guard for the future. So
Yeah,
I'm
and
down with this.
everyone's been talking about the Kings wanting Acuff just so that they can like fill seats in the arena, have
Yeah.
something the fans can watch that's entertaining. And I
Yeah.
couldn't agree more. Obviously, there's the defense concerns. Personally, I think being 6'3" with a 6'6" frame, I've seen him make plays on defense. Obviously, he's a bad defender right now, but he's
Mhm.
19 years old.
Yeah.
Absolute bucket on offense, absolute offensive engine. I think
Yeah.
he's the real deal.
Yep.
And I would love, I mean, if I was a Kings fan, I would be salivating at this,
Right.
seeing your franchise just take initiative and get their guy. So,
Yes. I mean,
and then I mean, going into next year, they could get Keegan Murray back playing like he was his rookie year if he had a bounce back year.
yeah.
Whether they keep Sabonis or not, who knows? But they could have an interesting mix of young guys and veterans that could propel them up to a play-in spot. Maybe have
Yeah.
a fun year,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Acuff just a walking 30 points. Any
dude.
day.
I think he's like, you know how I feel about him, but I think
Right.
he's like disgusting.
Really good passer too.
He
Really.
averaged like 24 and what, 6
Yeah.
assists
I think it
maybe
was six
in
around
that
there.
lead guard in the SEC, 40-some% from 3.
Yeah.
I mean, when
44. I'm
you
pretty
turn
sure.
the game on too, you just feel the aura.
Yep. All right. So let me see. It says offer trade here. Okay. Give him pick
Yeah,
five.
if you just click pick 5 and pick 7, right? I think you can just do that. because it doesn't matter if
Yeah.
hit submit trade, hit submit
Okay, there you
trade.
go. There we
There
go.
we
We're
go.
good. All right. Let's get a cuff for the Kings. Perfect.
Love it.
All right. Brooklyn. This is a really interesting one because in this spot, I'm thinking Wagler or Mikal Brown. I know the Nets have had Mikal for a workout, I'm pretty sure. Um, and I've seen a ton of different mocks with Mikal as the pick, with Wagler as the pick. If I'm predicting what's going to happen here, I would probably go with Mikal Brown Jr. I think NBA scouts and decision makers will see him as a guy that is just explosive on offense, unlimited range, really good passer. Defense is not quite great, but it's not terrible. Um,
He's got the athleticism to figure it out. And I mean,
yes,
if he hits his ceiling outcome, who gives a shit if he's a good defender or not? You know what I mean?
right, right.
So, I mean, I do agree partially, but I also think with the Nets constantly going against the grain, I could definitely see Nate Ament hop
Yep.
into talks here, hop into discussions about who they're taking at 6.
Yeah.
And there have been reports about them looking into Ament, looking into Kareem Lopez.
Yep.
So I wouldn't be shocked with them taking all those guards last year if they wanted to try to grab a franchise forward here. Um, but what do you think about that?
I no, I think it's definitely a possibility. That's the thing here. Like you never know with the Nets, and they've been linked to a bunch of different guys, like you said. They're very they took some risks last year. Not a lot of them panned out so far, but
I think Yegor Demon is probably still like a long-term piece. All
yeah,
the other four guys they drafted. I mean, Drake Powell could be a competitive role player that gives you some good minutes.
yeah.
Um, Wolf, who else?
Traore is
Seraph.
okay. I don't know. We'll see. Um,
Um, but yeah, I think it's for me, it would probably be between Mikal Brown and Ament. And if we're trying to be predictive, I would probably lean what you said about Mikal Brown.
yeah. I don't
Um,
I don't think they'll take Ament this high, honestly. I think they did have real interest. I think they do have real interest in him, but I think if I'm predicting what's going to happen, I think they'll probably go Mikal.
all right. Yeah, let's go with it.
Go with
I
him.
think Nets fans should be very excited about that if they ended up with Mikal Brown. I
Definitely.
love the LaMelo comps. I think he relates to LaMelo a lot in that the decision making isn't great, but like when he's cooking, he's cooking. Just
Right.
unlimited range, can dunk on people, amazing flashy passer, crazy pop and athleticism.
Yep.
So yeah, I love that for the Nets. Now we're down to Clippers at 7.
Yes.
And you can take this one because I know who you're going to go with.
Yeah. Keaton Wagler. Keaton Wagler is my guy in this
Murph's
draft.
guy.
Just think good size, 6'6", plays with such a nice pace, controls his body well, shot well from three, just a sound decision maker, doesn't turn the ball over much, doesn't make any real bad reads, doesn't isn't like the playmaker per se of I think of like a Mikal Brown or a Kingston Flemings where like he'll throw like a crazy pass.
Ask people open.
Right,
He's
right.
more of a pick and pop, like make the easy read, but I do
Yes.
think he's a good decision maker. And obviously he's 19 years old. There's obviously room to grow. He went from a 3-star recruit in high school to leading Illinois to the best offense in college basketball on a Final Four appearance as
Yeah.
like well, they were 3 seed, right?
I think.
Yeah. And I mean, taking that amount of strides in just 1 year is pretty crazy. So obviously the sky's the limit for this kid. I have my concerns, nothing major, but I think it would be a good pick here at 7. If they took him at 5, I would be a little like, just because I think Acuff's so good, but
Yeah. I do think he fits next to Garland. Um, and with Kawhi too. I mean, not saying that Kawhi is in the cards at all for the future.
right, but
I think for this year it's a
yeah,
good offensive team
yeah.
at least. You've got three guys that could get a bucket at any time.
What do you think about him next to Garland long term?
I think it's fine. honestly,
Well, like, because I mean, if the bottom fell out on Wagler, I think he's still a 3-point shooter that
yes.
can connect your offense, movement shooting,
Yep.
pick and roll.
Right.
So,
Take some
um,
pressure off Garland.
yeah, he doesn't necessarily need to have the ball in his hands at all times, I don't think. So,
Yeah.
I think offensively, him and Garland can be fine early in their career. There's definitely going to be some defensive lapses there, but the Clippers aren't like you don't really need to think about that if your team isn't even close to contention. So,
Right.
I don't really think it
Yep.
matters. But yeah, let's go Wagler here.
Cool. Atlanta, this is a really interesting one.
This one's hard. I got two, two guys I'm looking at.
I think I do as well.
Let me guess. Kingston and Mara.
Yes. Yep.
That's who I'm looking at too.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like those are the two guys they've been heavily linked to the whole draft process, so there's no
Yep.
surprise there. But yeah, this is tough because I mean they are in desperate need of a big. But Kingston is super flashy, super explosive. I think he's got that rare combination of high IQ and feel and explosiveness and
Yep.
being a high motor competitive player that's hardworking.
Right.
And I mean, those type of guys never fail. I think
No.
Kingston is like the safest guard in this class. No chance. Obviously, probably outside of Darren Peterson, but he's more of a wing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really see no chance of Kingston not being at least a good NBA starter
Right. Right.
or a good sixth man or something.
Yeah.
But I
And
think the floor is so high.
their guards right now are like CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert, and I mean Nikhil Alexander Walker had a really good year, but at the playoffs against the
None of them are primary ball handlers at all.
no,
So
no.
um, then to make the case on Mara though. Not their only big man being Onyeka Okongwu was a big issue for them down the stretch.
Yeah.
And 7'3" guys with high feel and some solid mobility are pretty hard to come by. The list is pretty short. I mean, you got Wemby, you got what like Klingon and Edie.
Yeah, they're up there. Yep.
It's probably about it. But I think they're both super safe picks. You can't really go wrong. What do
Yeah.
you? This is even, so I think you get final say here. What are you
Yeah.
thinking?
I would probably go Flemings here. I just like Flemings better as a player.
I think he's the better prospect in general.
Yes. Yes. And I think he's controlled, good playmaker, extremely good.
Dude, also he's just like you can tell he's like low key a basketball nerd
Yeah.
because he hopped on whose podcast was it?
Ben Pfeiffer, I think.
Yes, Ben Pfeiffer. He like hopped on with him and was just like talking
Yeah.
basketball.
Yeah, and like with Bill.
So whenever a guy is like that, I'm just like, yeah, this dude's gonna be a stud. This guy's obsessed with basketball.
Yep, I love Kingston there.
Reminds me a lot of the Thunder Case and Wallace pick, so I love it. I was super high on Case and Wallace back in that draft. He was like one of my guys.
Yep.
And Kingston is definitely up there on my board. So I think I had him at 7, or no, I had him at 6 actually on my board.
Yeah. All right, 9 odds.
Got the Mavericks.
You can start
This
here.
this is probably my favorite player team matchup in the entire draft. I've loved the Braden Burries to Mavericks connection this whole process.
Yep.
We did see that report about Native Men. What was that, yesterday?
Yeah, it was like last night.
Yeah, and we also saw them call Kingston Fleming's teeny tiny.
Yeah.
So we know they're not targeting him. I mean, you never know. There's so many smoke screens in draft season. So,
Right.
but yeah, I would go probably either Burries or Ment here for who the Mavericks are going to take.
I like Burries. I saw there was a tweet last night about Burries getting consideration as high as 5. I don't think he'll go that high. I
No,
think where he wants to go, where his camp wants him to go. Perfect fit next to Kyrie
right.
with
Well,
Drew
yeah.
Flag.
The thing with him is some people have him like personally I have him at 7 on my big board. Some
Mhm.
people have him a little lower because he's like that perfect at a minimum going to be the perfect 5th, 4th starter
Yeah.
But people don't necessarily see the star upside as much with him. And I think the reason it's a layup pick here at 9 is because you already have Flag. So
Right.
you have your guy. Let's just lock in that I mean maybe not second option, but top 3, 4 option that's gonna help. He's just gonna do winning things in every facet of the
Yep.
game. So
Yep. Tough,
uh
physical, good
yeah.
rebounder.
We're both super high on Burries and
Yeah.
have been since the tournament, so
Yep.
easy one there.
Really good in transition too. Him and Flag in transition would be ridiculous for the future.
Yeah.
All right, 10 here. This is an interesting one too.
Yeah.
I think predictive wise, I have one player that's probably sticking out the most to me here,
Okay.
given the Giannis situation. I
Yeah.
do think they'll trade him.
I
Uh,
think I also have one player sticking out the most here.
yeah, I
Um,
mean, especially if Giannis gets traded, I think Amen is probably the pick here.
that's who I was thinking.
Yeah,
But I do think Phylon makes a case. Um, who else? Um,
yeah. I mean,
maybe they look at a big, but I don't know. I don't think they're going to go for a big as their franchise cornerstone of the future.
no,
So yeah,
no.
I would lock
Amen.
in Amen here.
Yeah, and being that I'm a Tennessee student right now, I saw a lot of Amen's game this year. It
Yeah,
was
you probably
like,
know him a lot more than I do.
yeah, I mean, like you'll see all over. He was very up and down. A lot of how high he's going to get picked is based off of projection and what he can be, and being a 6'10", pretty much wing that can handle the ball a little bit, can get to the rim, can shoot. I mean, obviously that's a rare combination. He struggled at the rim this year a lot, which was probably my biggest takeaway from just kind of looking at the stats and
Yeah,
watching this year is he got to the rim, but he didn't finish well at all. So that will
yeah,
definitely have to improve, especially if he wants to be like a number one or number two option on a team. He'll have to finish around the rim, but he drew a ton of fouls, good free throw shooter. That's a pretty good positive indicator for his long-term shooting outlook. I think he's a good help side, weak side defender type, kind of rotate over, provide
yep.
that length.
I
So
feel like
I like the pick here.
I feel like the boom bust tag that he has gotten through the draft process is a little bit overblown.
I
I
agree.
mean, you've got a 6'10" guy that can shoot. At the bare minimum, he's gonna stay around in the league,
Yeah,
whether that's as a fifth starter or as a bench guy.
yeah,
So I think you're getting a good player, and obviously 19 years old was one he I remember last draft cycle, Ament was ranked like right after Debanza, Boozer,
yeah,
Peterson as like
yeah,
one of those guys.
yep.
And he did struggle a bit at Tennessee, but yeah, I think this is a great building block for the Bucks to take as they move on from Giannis. I do feel like there's no way Giannis is a Buck next season. So,
I agree. I agree. All right, Golden State, this is you.
ooh, I think there's a very clear two guys here that I would be considering, and that's Mara and Steinbach.
Okay. Yep.
They kind of have their guys 1 through 4 and Curry, Jimmy, Draymond. Who am I forgetting? I guess Pods is in there.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I think some people have made the case for them to go Yaxel here, and the reason I disagree is because while they say they're trying to uh, extend this window a little bit with Steve Kerr, Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond, all these old heads. Um, and yes, Yaxel would help them immediately next season.
Yep.
But with that being said, as a Sixers fan, I know what false hope looks like. And the Warriors are feeding their fans straight delusional hope.
Yeah.
And there's no serious way that they contend next season. So I do think there's a chance the Warriors look at Yaxel because they're trying to do this like last chance at a championship.
Yeah.
But I would advise against that if I was in the Warriors front office. So I'm going to lean towards big man here. And I'm going to go Adai Mara personally over
Okay.
Steinbach. I think he's the better prospect. Obviously, 7'3", 7'6" wingspan doesn't come by often, like I was
Yeah.
mentioning earlier when we were going over the Hawks pick.
Yep.
Um, Steinbach, I definitely have some concerns about his defense. I've never been a offense first center type of guy.
Mhm.
I'm a big on your center being able to lock down, protect the rim, rebound. I know Steinbach's a great rebounder, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think I value Mara's shot blocking and offensive passing feel um, above whatever Steinbach provides. So, what do you
Yeah.
think, Mara here?
I'm fine with that. Obviously this is like predictive, so you're thinking if this is the scenario, the Warriors would take Mara
Yes,
over Yaxel.
I think they would.
Okay.
Okay, although they do have
I can
Kristaps, so then
agree.
you're loading up with two 7-footers.
Right. Right.
Um,
I don't know. It's
I
tough
don't
because
know.
then you're
I
like,
could see the Warriors doing something stupid here and going Yaxel,
yeah,
but
I'm fine. I'm
also,
fine with Mara.
yeah, also with the
Porzingis is
Thunder
barely
up
available.
next, I think that's the match made in heaven for Yaxel.
Yeah.
Um, if you want to head over to that pick here,
Yeah. Yep. I can agree with that. Um, yeah, honestly, match
not
made in
enough to be
heaven.
said, or
No.
not much to be said. I meant,
Yeah. I mean, it was evident in the Spurs series that the Thunder needed to get a little bigger, a little more physical.
yeah. Some
Yaxel,
more on-ball creation,
yep.
too much
Yaxel,
reliance on Shea. And obviously a huge part of that is AJ and J-Dub being out.
yep.
But I mean, J-Dub hasn't been reliable in the postseason for 2 years now. So
Right.
I mean, getting some insurance on him with the Axel here would be huge for them. They also have 17, and I mean, this is just the rich get richer as usual with the Thunder.
Yeah.
They don't need anyone.
Right.
But adding a 24-year-old that just led the best team in the country to a championship that can pretty much do everything in basketball is huge for them here.
Yeah. And especially if he can be a consistent 3-point shooter, like he's
I think he will
perfect,
be.
just a perfect
You know
and
how the Thunder develop their players,
right.
so
Right. Yeah, I don't really have much else to touch on him. I think that's a perfect fit. I
yeah,
think that's where the
perfect.
Thunder would go. So,
I also think there's a chance that they would use 17 and try to move up to get him if somebody was threatening to take him,
yep.
because I really think it's just a perfect match.
Yeah. So for 13 now, do we want to assume that do we want to trade this
So
pick for Milwaukee?
I was going to talk about this. I told you before we hopped on here that I had two trades or in my mind.
Yeah,
This was
I'm
the
cool with
second
that.
one, first one being the Acuff Kings trade,
Yeah, let's
and
do
I do
oh
think
wait, I got
Giannis to the Heat gets done. It might not be this soon, but it would be exciting, and I think it's decently realistic. So why not throw it in our mock?
okay. Well, I don't know if it allows me to trade with the Bucks,
I wait,
but
click on the trade thing. Oh, it's not. Why isn't it letting you offer trade? Oh,
because
you have to
for the
click
Bucks, I have
on.
to click on the team that I want to
Try
offer.
scrolling to the bottom, all the way to the bottom. See if there's like an option down there.
No,
Oh no, there's not.
that's
Do we
fine.
just want to trade with like? Nah,
We'll
just
just
draft them to
assume
the
that this
Heat.
is you want to just draft for the Heat.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
that's fine.
Just draft for the Heat. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
Giannis could get traded after the
we
draft.
did see a report that
Actually, probably
there
not.
that it's still going to take some time in the
Yeah,
Giannis deal. So
yeah. Okay. Yep. Heat.
I'm looking at Phylon. I'm looking at Akori.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at Cameron Carr.
Yes.
Um,
I think any of those three.
Morez Johnson.
Yeah, I think you can
Yeah,
consider Swain maybe. I think it's probably Phylon
I think this is
or
a little
Carr
rich for
though.
Swain this
Yeah.
early.
I think it's Phylon or Carr.
What about Akori?
I don't know. Predictive wise, I don't know if I would put him
That's
this
true.
high. I don't know how
That's
the
true.
league really feels, but I
Yeah,
don't know. I mean, I could definitely see it. It's not out of the realm of
yeah,
possibility, but
yeah. I'm trying to think who the Heat would take.
yeah.
Who have been their recent picks? Jaime Jaquez,
Yep.
Khalil Ware,
Yeah. Uh,
um, oh, Nikola Jovic. Um,
Yeah, they haven't really
Kind of all over the
hit on
place. They
it.
haven't really had a drafting identity, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. I do think they need some creation though, which is why obviously we have like
Definitely,
pylon
definitely.
and some scoring at
Yeah.
guard.
Phylon. I do really like Cam Carr there too,
Mhm.
but I think teams will value Phylon above Carr. The only thing that concerns me about Phylon, which is obviously is the big in bold letters on his scouting report, is the weight.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, he's like 175 pounds, and it's pretty rare to succeed at that weight as a
Right.
guard, but
Right.
I don't know. He is disgusting. His
Yeah.
his tape is gross. Great passer.
Yep.
Kind of needs the ball in order to succeed, but the
Yes.
Heat kind of need a guy that needs the ball.
Right.
So
Right. They need a guy that kind of can just be like a go-to guy to get a bucket.
yeah. All right,
Um,
I'm cool with it. Let's go
yeah.
Phylon.
Yep. I'm all really high on him. One of my guys in this draft. His improvement from his freshman to sophomore year was crazy. Can
Yeah.
get to the rim, was like 66% at the rim, I think, has a good floater, good footwork, good patience. Really like Phylon.
Yeah. That was my guy in our March Madness fantasy league too.
Yep.
So I was watching him a lot in the tournament. Just absolute bucket.
Yeah, dropped 35 on Michigan. That's the game where I was like, whoa, like
Yeah.
Phylon's pretty good.
Yeah.
35 on that Michigan defense. Pretty much nobody was doing that.
No. No.
All right, Charlotte here.
Speaking of Michigan defense,
Yep. I love Morez Johnson in this
I
spot.
do think I do think Steinbach is in this conversation too.
I agree. I agree.
And I guess you could throw Acquaintance in here, but I think with those other two bigs on the board, you don't want to take the injury gamble
Yeah.
quite yet.
Yep. I
Uh
think I would go Morez here.
the thing with Acquaintance though is like I think as a fan that doesn't have any insider information in the league, it's kind of impossible to know where he's going to go because it's fully going to come down to him meeting with front offices and figuring out where he's at health wise.
Yeah.
And I mean, if he's good to go like right now, and there's no long term concerns about the ACL, then like Jaden Quains could go top 10.
Right. Right. He is
Um,
that talented.
I do think when healthy, he's got some defensive player of the year caliber
Definitely.
athleticism and instincts in him. Um, but yeah, I mean, availability is the best ability, and that's a huge question mark. So I would avoid him here and lean towards one of the other bigs. And you were saying you think Murrez here?
I think Morez. I
I
think
think he's a
Morez.
lottery pick. That's
Yeah.
been one of my favorite guys the whole process. I
Yeah.
wish the Sixers would jump up and grab him,
Oh my God.
but
Perfect.
a
Yeah. But
man, a
like
man can dream.
just watching him, like rarely out of position, just so athletic.
He's insane.
Yep.
He's going to be insane.
Yeah.
6'10", 7'3" wingspan, something like
Yeah.
that, 7'4". Insanely athletic. I personally believe a lot in the long-term shooting. Obviously, what was it, 80% from the free throw line? Like he was a good free throw shooter this
Yeah.
year. When he shot threes, he wasn't that bad. I think he shot mid 30%, obviously on low attempts.
Yep.
But the form is there, the free throw is there. I think Michigan just didn't need him to shoot threes, and that's
Yep.
really all it was. And obviously, the shot is still a work in progress. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think he's going to be. I think he's going to be unbelievable.
Yep.
All-star talent, um, all defense team, stretching the floor on offense. So yeah, let's go
Yep.
Merez here. I think this is a home run for the Hornets.
Uh,
All right, moving on to pick 15, the Chicago Bulls here.
so they got Caleb
Um,
Wilson.
I have a guy in mind. I'm trying to think if there's multiple guys here that I like for them. I would say there's two actually,
I would also
maybe three.
yeah, my two, I'll tell you my two right now. I don't know if they're the same. Mine are probably Steinbach and Cam Carr are probably
I
my
was thinking that as well. Um, I think Quaintance makes a case here. I think a Corey also makes a case.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the Quaintance injury stuff might actually
yeah.
like push him down
Well,
further than we thought.
that report was insane that you
Yeah.
sent me. When was that,
Yes.
this morning or last night?
Yeah, it was like
That
earlier in the
teams are
day.
thinking he's going to fall into the mid 20s and potentially a second round.
Yeah.
I mean, that could just be complete BS, but if there's any material to that, then that means the injuries are brutal
Right.
still. Um, I think Steinbach and Caleb Wilson would actually be a sick front court to build off of. And I
Yep.
haven't seen Steinbach mocked to the Bulls much, and
Okay.
I don't think he necessarily fits what the Bulls would do here.
Right.
That's the only thing that
Right. The slaps.
kind of,
Yeah.
yeah,
I really like Cam Carr here, I think.
I do too.
It's up to you though.
Um,
It's an odd, so we can.
Cam Carr. Who do they have on the wing right now? Because I remember they got like 9 million guards at the end of last season. It was like
Yeah, they
Sexton, Simon. I don't know who's coming back and stuff.
I think they have Isaac Okoro on the
Yeah,
wing
they
right
do.
now, and they
They
have like
do.
Sengun.
Ellis, obviously. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, they definitely have a need for a guy long term in that 2-3 role. So
right.
yeah, I'll go Carr here. I'm really high on him. I think the volume 3-point shooting is potentially special.
Yeah.
Obviously a bit of an older prospect and balled out on a pretty bad Baylor team this year, but also when you look at that, what, 7'2" wingspan,
Yeah,
he's
it's
got some
ridiculous.
insane
7 foot,
vertical
yeah.
pop too. I mean,
Yeah.
his vertical pop is actually stupid. Like if
Right.
you see him just go up for a two-hand slam, it's unreal.
Yeah.
Um, I think I see some Mikal Bridges in him.
Mm-hmm. And that
So
defense will be crazy too, with like Caleb Wilson,
yeah,
Vazelis
he
is
definitely has
solid.
to refine it. Obviously, both him and Wilson have to
Yeah,
refine their defense, but all the athletic tools you want are there.
absolutely.
So
All right. Yep. I like that there. And now the Grizzlies, who we
Grizzlies at
got Darren
16.
Peterson the first time.
Yeah. So you're looking
This is
at
an interesting
DP,
one.
Zach Edey, Cedric Coward as the
Yep.
long-term building blocks.
Yep.
Definitely a need at point guard and the four spot, I would say. And I mean, obviously, never hurts to take another big or wing if one stands out. But
Right.
what are you thinking here?
Here, I'm probably looking at Ibuka Okori. I think I've seen him
I
mocked
love
here.
that.
I've seen him mocked here a lot recently.
I
Um,
do like that a lot.
explosive first step, um, good, really good off the dribble shooter, really good
Hmm.
pick and roll shooter. Um, just really talented offensively, a guy that can get you 25 on any given night. Uh,
Yeah.
I think him and Peterson is a phenomenal backcourt for the future. That's just ridiculous. Just the explosiveness and the offensive pop that both of them have. I would go a Corey here. I
I
think
mean, yeah,
the
I'm
yeah,
super high on a Corey. I would go a Corey here too. I don't know if that's what the Grizzlies would do. That's the only thing I'm thinking.
I think they would go a Corey here. Honestly,
Okay.
I think they would.
What about like Christian Anderson, Bennett Sturts,
Yeah,
Kareem Lopez even?
that's the thing with this like like crop now. Like I could see NBA teams having it Sturts Anderson Corey. I could see them
Oh,
having Corey
100%.
and
Yeah.
Sturts.
I
It's
honestly don't even know how I would rank it.
yeah,
I think I might have Christian Anderson last. I don't think you agree with that. I know you're really high on him. His 3-point shooting and passing is obviously amazing.
yeah,
But being a 6 foot go, I think he's like 6 foot on the dot.
yeah.
That was what his combine measurement was. Being 6 foot when
He's
Corey's a little
might
bit
be a little
bigger and
taller than six.
definitely
Yeah,
um, more physically talented, and Sturts being the guy who has just gotten better and better and leveled up every single step of the way along his career.
yeah,
I think Sturts is like a basketball nerd too,
yep,
in that he's just obsessed with grinding and getting better.
yeah. Um,
Uh, it's pretty tough.
I think I'm gonna go with Corey. I think that's
Okay.
what they would do. I mean, obviously we can't know for sure
Yeah.
what they're gonna do, but
Yeah.
I've seen them mock there a
I
ton.
think Ja's got to be gone as
Yeah.
well.
I mean, I'm
So,
not even factoring him really into
yeah, I'm
this.
not factoring him either. It's so far gone at this point. So,
Yeah. All right, cool. OKC after taking
um,
Russell.
I do think there's a solid chance they trade this pick. That's what a lot of people have been saying, just
Yeah.
because they might not want to take on two rookies in the middle of while they're trying to win championships. But at the
Roster
same
building.
time, this rookie class is so special that I don't think it would be a mistake to just sit here and take two rookies.
Mhm.
And with us not really having an idea of what a trade would be, we might as well just draft here.
Yep.
So we got Yaxel, the first pick. So what's their core looking like? Dort's probably gone. I think the bigs are still Chet, Hartenstein.
Yep.
The wings are Yaxel,
SJ.
J-Dub,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
um, AJ. You
Yep.
got Kaysen, Caruso, Shea. So I mean, you can really go any position here. You got
Honestly,
Sorber
yeah.
coming in too. I think you're
I
just going best player available. I think this would be an incredible swing to go for Quaintance here because they don't. If it flops and he's not healthy and just can never stay on the court, it doesn't really matter for them. But if he hits, that's the guy that's shutting down Wemby for his whole
right.
career.
Right.
Like
And yeah.
that is the perfect guy you would want guarding Wemby.
Yep. And I do know they have Thomas Sorber who like didn't play at all. They took last
Yeah,
year. I don't know how high they are on him. Um, but I could definitely see them taking Quaintance and then we're all like, holy crap, the Thunder got Jane Quaintance. He's a top 10 talent.
right.
Got him at 7.
I wouldn't factor Sorber into who they take here just because they don't know who he is yet. He hasn't played at all.
Right.
He was a late lottery pick, so the talent's there, but you never know with those guys. There's
Yeah.
always misses in there. So I'm looking at Quaintance. I'm looking at I mean Bennett Sturts never hurts to add an experienced guy that can handle the ball. They were definitely missing ball handling there in the playoffs with those injuries.
What do you think about Dalen Swain here as like a creator forward off the bench that they
I I do like that. However, I think with them taking Yaxel, it would kind of be a little redundant in that they're both big wings that can handle the ball a little bit and sort of
fit?
be a Swiss Army knife all over the floor.
Yeah.
Um,
All
I
right. So
don't know.
what's the final verdict here?
I think I'm gonna go Quaintance. I
Okay.
think, or would they do that?
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
if that's what they would do.
Right.
The Thunder draft history is kind of all over the place too. You
Yeah,
can't
they
really put
haven't really
they
like
don't have they haven't had an archetype really. Like they
no
took who's the guy that battled cancer? I'm blanking on his name. The
Nikola
point guard.
Topic.
Yes, they took Topic,
Yeah.
Case and Wallace. Those two are totally different players. They took
Yeah.
AJ Mitchell. J-Dub was like a old guy from Santa Clara. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, let's just go Quains here because I think that's a good fit, and it's pretty impossible to predict what they would do here
Right.
necessarily. So,
Right. All right. So we gave the Hornets Mérez Johnson
damn,
first
dude,
pick.
imagine the Thunder walking away with Yaxel and Queens.
It's ridiculous. It's unfair. Let's see. Charlotte here. So got Mérez kind of shores up the front court a bit. I
Yeah,
wouldn't hate going
I
front
wouldn't
court
hate if they
again.
just went Steinbach and
I
double
wouldn't
up.
either. That's probably
Uh,
honestly what I think
and
they
and
would
he's
do.
like probably pretty easily best player available at this point, unless you like
Yeah.
Swain or Sturts over him or Lopez. Um,
I think it's Steinbach. I think he fits really nicely with that core. Um,
yeah.
Good offensively, can push the ball in transition a little
What
bit.
about Lopez? It kind of feels like a Hornets player.
It does. It does.
And I
I
might
mean,
just be saying that because of like T. Salon
yeah.
when they took him a few years back, way above where people thought he was going to go. Um, I feel like they drafted another European guy, did they?
Well,
Maybe not.
they've Kalkbrenner, they have uh
Although I
Brandon
remember I
Miller over
loved
here.
their draft last year
Yeah, they had McNeely,
because,
Knipple, and
and then they
Kalkbrenner.
added Sion James and
Yeah,
Kalkbrenner in the second round, which
yeah.
were literally the two guys that we
Yep.
both wanted the Sixers to get, and they
Yep.
got sniped by the Hornets like back to back. Um, So
Yeah.
I think the Hornets scouting department is good. I think
Yeah.
they can identify talent.
At least in the past couple years, they were bad,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
kind of turned it around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you get final verdict obviously, but yeah, if you're gonna go Steinbach, I think that's a good pick. He slipped a little bit.
yeah,
His range is more so the lottery, I would say. And I
right,
mean, if you match up Mérez Johnson's defense with Steinbach's
right.
rebounding,
Yes,
offensive feel,
yep,
all that. I think that could be a sick
Yeah.
double big lineup in
Yep.
in Charlotte.
Yeah.
All
And they
right,
still
moving
have
on
Musa
to
Diabate too, which is good.
right.
He'll probably come off the bench if they draft Steinbach. I don't
Yeah.
know though. Never know.
Yep.
I like that pick a lot. Toronto
Raptors.
here.
I know Raptors fans, I feel like are kind of holding out hope for a Corey and him off the board makes
Yeah.
things interesting here. I think the obvious choice is between Anderson and Sturts.
Yeah, they
I
definitely
feel like
need
if you add
improvement.
a guy like Swain or Lopez, you're kind of just clogging up that wing rotation just because they already have Ingram, Barnes.
Murray
Oh,
Boyles. It's like kind of
yeah,
in that
they already have a bunch
spot.
of guys like that are going to be high in minutes, and so I do think they lean guard here. I also
Yeah,
think the guards are the best players on the board. So,
I agree. I
um,
think if I had to pick, I would probably go Sturts here.
I agree,
Yeah. I just think he's poised,
dude.
just
I think
ridiculous shooter.
he might be sick.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
think Sturts might be disgusting. And I know the age thing, he's 22, but like
Yeah.
I
I don't
said
think.
earlier, he just levels up at
Yeah.
every level.
Yep.
And I think he's got all-star potential as an on-ball creator. I loved watching him in the tournament. Amazing
Right.
run with Iowa there.
Yeah. Went
So,
from Drake to Iowa, still kept up the production, played pretty much every minute of every game.
yeah.
Usage was ridiculous. And I think
Yeah.
in a scaled down role on the Raptors, I think he'll be
Yep.
better defensively.
Also, he's a guy that NBA spacing is just gonna, oh my
Oh my
gosh, it's
God.
gonna open up so
Yeah.
much for him because I remember during the tournament, like they just started sending two guys at him
Yeah.
like every play,
Yeah.
and he kind of had to force up some shots just because they didn't have many other options
Yeah.
offensively. But yeah, with NBA spacing and guys out there on the perimeter that are ready to shoot, like I think he could be special.
Yeah.
People have been comparing him to Austin Reeves. I see a little bit of that too.
Yeah. Great vision. Just like I said, catch and shoot
He's
threat.
got size. He's got real NBA size too.
Yeah, he's like 6'3.5", I think he measured in it. I'm not sure if that's
Yeah,
accurate or not, but I love Sturts' fit there. They need a guy that can
yeah.
create some offense next to Scotty
They
Barnes.
need a white boy. Supposed to be Grady Dick.
Yeah, yeah, he's all right.
All right,
Dan
to the
Antonio, though, this is
Spurs.
interesting. This is where we kind of get into a feel like you could go any
Yeah,
way,
you could go anywhere.
which I mean, it's kind of been like that the whole draft.
I think you're definitely looking to shore up the front court with Wemby. That was
Absolutely.
that was their glaring hole at
Yep.
the end of the year here. So, not many options. You got Lopez, Sanak, Kobe Pete, Allen Graves. I think the
Yeah.
list kind of ends there, right?
Yep. I This is tough. I could see this as a snack spot, honestly. If I'm predicting, I think I could see it snack. I could see Kareem Lopez. I could
The
see.
thing that scares me off Sanak a little bit here is like Wemby's biggest issue is his strength right now.
Yeah,
And Sanak is also not like he's kind of lanky, not the strongest like interior type of big.
right.
And I don't think that's the ideal fit
Yeah,
with Wemby. Um, this might you might not agree with this much, but I actually think this is like the perfect place for Kobe Pete.
I agree. I was actually thinking that.
Okay.
I was thinking,
Because he's not going to need to be able to shoot. I mean, obviously it would help. Like if he
mhm,
could shoot, it would be huge. He would be
yeah,
amazing. But if he can just be that dunker spot guy on offense, be a cutter,
yeah,
play in the short role,
yep,
help out on defense. They literally had Keldon Johnson guarding Cat.
yes,
I think this is a guy that could Pete's a guy that can guard someone like Cat. He's got
yep,
the frame. He's like 250 pounds. Comes from a family of offensive linemen, plays like a football player. So yeah, I mean, it's your choice, but I would
yeah.
probably lean Pete here.
I agree. Honestly, I think, like you said, in that Wemby when he roamed off on like Josh Hart and was under the basket, they obviously, like you said, they didn't have anyone in Cat. I think that's a perfect spot for Koa Pete to fill in. Uh,
100%.
Good defender, still young, still growing.
The shot is literally a zero, but I
Yeah,
mean, you never know. Guys come into the league and can't shoot a lick and then end up becoming, I mean, Andre Drummond shot 43% or whatever from the corner three this year. So,
yeah, yeah. And love his motor, his offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding. He's
yep.
big.
I just
strong.
think he's a smart player that knows what to
Yeah,
do.
very high
And
feel,
he's
high
been
IQ.
super high pedigree his whole life. So
Yeah, I like
he's
Kobe.
getting a lot of hate for the jump shot, deservedly so, but I
Yeah.
think Wemby fixes a lot of those issues. So yeah, I like that
Yeah.
pick.
And I think he was deciding whether to come back to school or go to the draft. And I think if he came back, he was hearing some good things about where he was in the process. Like I
Yeah,
could
that's
see him
true.
going higher than what people expect because
Yeah.
of that type of thing.
Yep, for
Yeah,
sure.
good spot
All
there.
right.
Now Detroit.
We're almost at the Sixers, baby. I think we both know who we have in mind to
Yeah,
fall to the Sixers here, but
yeah.
all right. Detroit. I mean, we definitely both agree on this one too with
I
Christian
think so.
Anderson.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna click him. We can talk about it a little bit, but
Talk about it real quick.
Detroit, like just nothing, no creation at all outside of Cade Cunningham
No.
in the
Yeah, I
playoffs.
mean
It's so
that's
evident.
he's also best player on the board in my opinion.
Yeah, he's definitely
Maybe
up there.
Swain there, maybe
Yep.
Graves above him, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's a home run pick at 21. You're getting a sniper that can alleviate some of that ball handling pain off of Cade, come off the
Right.
bench, run the
Right.
bench unit. So yeah,
And I think some of his defensive uh deficiencies can be masked with Asar Thompson on the wing too.
100%. I mean, Dennis Jenkins too, just
Yeah.
being a dog out there.
Yep. I just think adding that shooting and just the pick and roll off the pick and roll shooting just completely changes the dynamic of the Pistons because they had none of that this year, pretty much.
Yep. All right,
All right, Sixers time, baby.
let's go, baby. The moment we've been waiting for. Um, I'm 1000% leaning Dalen Swain here.
I
I
agree.
think Alan Graves and Kareem Lopez definitely make it an interesting decision. But
Yeah,
I think a trio of Maxi and then VJ and Swain on the wings
yeah,
is a great team to build around.
yeah.
Especially with pick 22, you're not usually going to find a guy that's 6'8", can play defense, can ball handle, can pass,
Yes.
can finish. Obviously the biggest concern around Swain is the shot, but it's not a zero. It's not like a
No,
Koa Pete level zero.
no.
I could see him tweaking up his jump shot a little bit and becoming a good shooter in the
Yeah.
NBA.
It kind of feels like the VJ situation from last cycle where people were like, his shot's not there yet, but it's not terrible.
But he's also like kind of making them.
Right, right. And then you saw
BJ was a better shooter than Swain, but I see what you're
probably,
saying.
probably,
Yeah.
yeah, but like kind of the more rim finishing type guys.
And the thing is, if he's never a good shooter and he's just like meh, like he kind of is right now,
Yeah.
then I don't think I don't think that's a huge like um I don't think that's a huge problem. Like
No.
I still think he's a good player otherwise.
And I think an underrated part of Swain's game, like you talked about, is his ball handling. So when Tyrese Maxey came out of the game for the Sixers, they had literally zero people that could handle
Oh
the
yeah.
ball. And I
Yeah.
think Swain, even at 6'8", which is ridiculous, can come in and be, I don't know if he'll play off the bench, whatever, that doesn't really matter, but
Dude,
can come in and be that secondary ball handler once Maxey goes off the floor or whatever. Or you
yeah.
can move, if you had Maxey and Swain on at the same time, you can move Maxey into more of an off ball role, which I think he's better at.
Yep. Dude,
And
Maxey's always been an off-ball guy disguised as a point guard.
yeah,
The last thing I want to touch on here with the Sixers, I mean, I could talk about it all day, but I think Swain learning from Paul George would
oh my
be
God.
like insane
Yes.
because I see so much. I mean, he's not nearly like Paul George is one of the smoothest forward jump shooters we've ever seen.
Right.
But the fact that he's a 6'8" wing that can handle the ball and play
Yeah.
defense,
Yeah.
I mean, give him to Paul George, tell him, teach this guy everything you've worked on over the
Yep.
years and mold him into a star. And I
Yeah.
could really see it happening. So I
And
would
this
be
could,
so happy if Swain falls to us. And I mean, we're doing a predictive mock.
right.
I think it's very realistic.
Yes. Um, what was I just gonna say? Yeah, and the Sixers just need like scoring people. Like
Yeah.
they didn't have enough guys that could put the ball in the basket. They
Yep.
didn't have enough guys that could get to the rim and get fouled and like you said, the defensive versatility is there. I think he could guard like twos. I think
Yep.
he could guard
I
threes.
think he could guard one, maybe not one, but definitely 2 through 4 in the league.
Yeah, yeah. I just think that's a perfect fit for the Sixers. Like you said,
Yep.
him.
Yeah.
Max Edgecombe is a talented scoring trio.
Yeah. I'm gonna be crossing my fingers on draft night, just hoping no one announces Dalen Swain.
Yes. All right. Atlanta here. So we took Kingston Flemings with their
Okay, so we're kind of looking at a big now, probably.
probably, yeah.
I feel like Sanak sort of feels like a very similar pick to Asa Newell was for them.
Yeah.
What was that, 2 years ago? Or was that last? Was he a rookie? Nah, he was in McCain's class, right?
No, that was last year they took
That was
Newell.
last
He was,
year?
yeah, because he was with Flag and them on that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
last year.
All right. But yeah, I feel like Sanak and Asa Newell definitely have some similarities. We're both not that high on Sanak.
Yep.
And they're looking for a big. I don't like a center type of big. I don't
Right.
see Sanak as that type of guy really,
No.
especially for the next 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah,
Um, I think Vesar gets a look here.
definitely.
Um, who else? I mean, Kareem Lopez is just falling.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt to take a guy that. Oh, Alan Graves too. I like him a lot here.
Yeah. Because like who are their bench like forward type guys? They have Kuminga, I guess they just got.
I don't think he's going to be there much
No.
longer.
They have like Muhammad Gay. I don't think he's anything they're gonna really
Yeah.
build for. Honestly, like I
I
would,
like Graves or Lopez here.
yeah.
I think
Because
Malik Thomas gets a look too, just as a bench guy that
yeah,
can be good, shoot, play some
yeah.
D.
This is tough because like they have Okongwu, but he's not really like I think they could still use a center for
So
sure.
we're
Like
pick 20.
Bates.
We got an odd number, so I'm gonna make
Yeah,
the executive decision here.
that's fine with me.
I'm gonna give him Graves.
Okay. I like that.
I think,
Any team could use an Allen Graves, honestly.
yeah, I mean,
He fits.
whether the athleticism holds him back or not, I think he's still a rotation guy in the league, and they just need bigs.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. All
all
right.
right,
Knicks. Honestly, I think this is a Kareem Lopez spot. I think it's
for
a
sure.
Joshua Jefferson spot. I think it's a
Uh,
Zuby spot.
yeah, I was about to say, I think this is the prime Zuby
Yeah.
spot because
Has
you
the
put
New York
him you put
ties.
him next to Cat. I think that's a perfect duo
Yep.
in the front court for at least for a perfect duo for what Zuby could be matched with
Yes.
because it's going to be very hard for him to be a legit five in the league. He's gonna have to either learn to shoot or play with a stretch five.
Right.
So I think him and Cat with each other is a very good front court. And you could see Mitchell Robinson leaving in free agency. We don't really know.
Yeah.
Um, Huck Porty's not really a guy you can trust.
No.
So I would lean
They
Zuby here
definitely.
personally. Lopez is definitely slipping, so I can see that too. But what do you think?
I'm fine with
Your
Zuby.
final
Honestly,
say. Zuby?
I know they
Yeah.
worked him out. I saw the
I think
report. They
teams are
worked.
high on him.
Yeah. I have him in like 23rd on my board. I
Yeah.
think
All right,
just
let's do it.
defensive versatility is ridiculous. Like that lineup
Yeah.
that they could run out with Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Ananobi, and like Zuby, if you want to put Cat off the bench
Yeah.
or not off the bench, but when Cat goes to the bench,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. So I like Zuby here.
Yeah. Let's
I
go
would,
Zuby.
yeah, I think that's a great fit for them. Good
Now we
player.
got the Lakers. I think Kareem Lopez fits the Luka Doncic slow type of play, slow and methodical.
Yeah.
Vesar, they obviously need a big.
Yep.
Um,
I could see Taurus Reed here.
yeah, I don't know. This is a little early for Reed, in my opinion. I think he's kind of just like a backup big man at
Mhm.
best in the league, which I mean that listen, when you get close to the 30s, that's not a bad pick.
Right.
But I would probably lean. I'm between Vesar and Lopez. I don't really trust Vesar to play defense in the NBA, honestly.
Yeah.
He's an older prospect that's very skinny, can easily get pushed around by other bigs. At least the shot blocking is kind of there, which is nice.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, I think they do definitely go a forward slash big. Rui Hachimura
I
could
think we
leave
just
free
need to
agency.
stop the Lopez fall, though.
Yeah. I think Lopez is a good pick here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't looked too deeply
No,
into
yeah, I
him.
haven't dove deep into Lopez's game much. I know the shot is kind of shaky.
Yeah. The physical tools
Defense,
are
there's
there.
upside, but it's also kind of shaky.
Yeah, the physical tools are there. Good passer, good court
Yeah.
vision.
We could be way wrong on him here too. Like a
Yeah.
team could take him in the lottery,
Right,
so
right. I mean, you don't know. Amen could fall. Like you never know. Like
yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. All right,
All right, let's
Denver
move on to
here.
the Nuggets. What are you thinking?
Uh, I do think they got to go big. Um, I probably think they would go Sinak here. I like Sinak here. Um, yeah, I think they
Him
need a
and
guy.
Jokic is a decent fit.
Yeah, I mean,
They've always needed a better backup big man too.
right.
Um,
And I think
I actually think the Nuggets are a big Zuby team.
definitely
Unfortunately, he's gone, but
I could see them taking Joshua Jefferson. Um, but I think the Nuggets are a good fit for Sinak, honestly.
what do you think about Malik Thomas? I
Mm,
think his range is like a little higher than this. That's why I'm considering him. And I mean, you could always use a two guard that can shoot. So
yeah. My perfect fit for Thomas is the T-Wolves at 28, I think. I think that would be an awesome landing spot
okay,
for him. I don't know if he falls that far.
yeah,
But I think they need some creation outside of Anthony Edwards now that obviously DiVincenzo's out for
yeah,
the year with the Achilles. Dasumu's a free agent. Terrence Shannon was good, but I don't know. Um,
yep. All
yeah,
right,
this
yeah.
is tough.
You
I
want to
think
go?
I think I'd go Sinak here.
Yeah,
I
he's
think this is
slipping
his
as well,
spot.
kind of like
Right.
Lopez.
I could see him going
Um,
as high as like 19 or 20.
yeah,
He's obviously a
all
more
right,
of a project type guy.
yeah.
Young, but has nothing that Kelvin Sampson had nothing but good things to say about his work ethic and showing up.
That's one of the big things about him that I wanted to touch on. Like, if it's true that he's an insanely hard worker, and I mean he was a 5 star in high school. He's been a super highly touted prospect for the past couple of years.
Yeah,
And if he's also a really hard worker, I mean, obviously the floor is low, but guys who work hard just end up making it work. So I mean, we'll see.
yeah,
We're both lower on Sanak, but I think this is a good landing spot for him.
yeah. All right, moving on to the Celtics here. All right,
Uh, I'm thinking Vasar, Taurus Reed. Caravan just feels like, I mean, kind of reminds me of Sandhauser. He feels like a guy that would be on the Celtics. They do have Walsh and Hugo though, two young wings that they just drafted at the end of the first
right.
recently. So I feel like that would be kind of redundant if they went
Yes,
after him.
I think they go
Um,
big.
so I would lean center. What do you think, Vasar or Reed here?
I think Reed and Kata have a lot of
That's
similarity.
true. That's true.
I'd
It'd be
go
kind of redundant.
Bayfar if it
Yeah,
was.
let's do Vasar.
Yeah,
I think he could be a real stretch big.
yeah,
So I mean,
I like him. Um,
shot like 40 something
he
percent
will,
from three. So
like I just mentioned, I think this is a perfect Malik Thomas spot. Uh,
yeah,
I think, yeah, Malik Thomas,
yeah, let's do it.
good
I like Malik
shooter.
Thomas here. I think his range is higher than this, honestly,
Yeah,
but let's do it.
yeah, I think he'd be great coming off the bench. Provide some scoring pop. Has some defensive upside too. He was
Yeah.
pretty active. I remember watching really solid defender. So I think he'd be a great fit for the T Wolves there.
Yep. I
Uh,
agree.
Cavs here.
Uh,
They,
this is
they they went out
tough.
in sad fashion. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Um,
The Cavs are just doomed.
yeah.
I'm assuming they're keeping Harden and Mitchell together again, right? I
Yep.
think they
Yeah, and
are.
Mobley and Allen, I'd assume, are all going to be
Yeah.
there. I think they'll lose Dean Wade.
I don't really like I don't think Jefferson's really a fit here, even though he's
No.
probably one of the best available. I could see Caravan for sure. I could see Isaiah Evans as well.
Yeah.
Those are the two I'm looking at.
I probably would go Isaiah Evans over Caravan. I think he's just the better player. Obviously, Caravan is like a solid like winner, but I think Evans is more athletic. Shot the heck out of the ball. I mean, he shot a
Yeah,
ton, but I mean,
it's true.
I think the Cavs need some shooters. They like couldn't shoot in the playoffs.
Yeah,
That was one of their biggest downfalls. So I
yeah.
think
I
either of them.
think he fits right into that like Isaiah Joe mold
Yep.
where he's just going to be a bench guy that can come in, shoot the ball.
Yeah.
maybe get some stops on defense,
Right.
connect the team together. So
Has a good wingspan.
yeah, let's do
Yeah.
Evans here.
All right. Cool. It's a good pick.
All right,
Dallas to
Mavs.
end off here.
We gave him Burries, right?
Yeah. Braden Burries.
All right.
So honestly, like they could go a lot of different directions here. I mean, they could go guard if they wanted to. They could go big. I'd probably prefer if they go big here. I mean, they have Gafford and they have Lively, but you never know.
Yeah,
DJ Washington's there still.
yeah. This is tough.
Hmm.
Part
Baba
of
Miller's
me,
been getting a lot of buzz. I don't think he'd go this high.
yeah. I mean, you have Lively and Gafford, which I mean, Lively's definitely had some difficult injury history recently.
Yes.
But it's a solid center duo right there. So I don't think you necessarily need to go center. You don't necessarily need to go guard. So I would just go best player available, which in my opinion is probably Joshua Jefferson.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate Jefferson at all here, honestly.
Yeah,
I think him and Cooper Flag are a pretty solid fit. Like him, Flag, and Burries are a solid
yeah.
younger core.
And if you're surrounding him with Flag and Lively and Burries, I think that's some great defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
To put around him, which I mean, he's not necessarily a bad defender. He's a good team defender, but the athleticism could hold him back a little bit. And if he's
Right.
got that surrounding him, that's good. Definitely just on offense, connecting the team together, being a good playmaker. That's what he does best. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like Jefferson here.
I
Let's
like
do
Josh
it. Last
Jefferson.
pick of the draft.
Yep. There we go. All
All
right.
right.
One last scroll
You
through.
got anything else to add here before we wrap this up?
I don't know. That was it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah,
This
I
draft
had
is gonna be
fun.
so cool. Like seeing where these guys are gonna go because honestly, I have no idea where honestly starting at one, like I wouldn't be shocked
No, yeah,
if Darren Peterson went one. Like I
yeah,
wouldn't be shocked. That's why
yeah.
it's so fun.
Do you want to quick go through and highlight our favorite picks and
Sure,
stuff or
sure.
like favorite teams that did well?
Yeah,
First thing that stands out to me, the Hornets. I
yeah,
think adding Merez and Steinbach would be insane.
yeah,
That's an insane return on this draft. You get now they have Musa, Kalkbrenner, Steinbach, and Johnson, and I think that's four bigs where you just figure out who ends up being the best and then let your rotation fall into place.
yeah.
And they have the guards figured out, obviously.
Um,
What's your favorite here?
I'm gonna go another team that picked two guys. I think Caleb Wilson and Cam Carr is a phenomenal haul
Yeah,
for the Bulls. I think there's
yeah,
so much upside there, so much athleticism. It's gonna be fun to
yep,
watch. Um, yeah, those are probably my two favorite or my
yep,
favorite team.
yep.
But yeah, listen,
I think
that was fun.
last one to highlight real quick, or yeah, last one to highlight real quick. I'll say the Thunder with getting Queens and Yaxel.
Yeah,
Yaxel slots in right away as a guy that's top seven in their rotation. And Queens, if the health is there, I mean, Wemby's gonna have a tough time for the next decade
right.
if Queens can be the guy who he could be if he reaches his potential. So,
Yeah, yeah,
and for the Sixers, couldn't be more happy.
yeah. They walked out of there with Dalen Swain. That
The only way I'm more happy with the Sixers than this would be a trade up to get Merez Johnson.
right, right. Or even like I would be happy with like if Steinbach somehow fell and
Yeah, if
trade
he
up for
fell, that'd
Simon.
be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. All
But
right.
yeah, I think that's about everything and we can wrap this up here.
Yeah.
If you've made it this far, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to us. Hopefully we did enough to keep you entertained. And if we did, we'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel, drop a like, leave some comments down below of some picks you either did agree with, didn't agree with that we got completely wrong. We'd love to hear your feedback to help us grow and get better. Like I said, we're not sure what this is going to turn into, but yeah, just give us feedback and we'll see what happens. And I think our plan is to do our next podcast for doing some reactions to the draft, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be
Pretty.
fun. Just run through the first round or I guess the whole draft and give our takes on our favorite picks and team player matches. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
sounds
thanks
good.
again for listening to the very first episode of the Council podcast. We're excited to keep building this thing, and yeah, can't wait to bring more episodes in the future. Take care, everybody. Peace out.
Thank you.